how are we not talking about this? On October 3rd, the American Board of Pathology had a couple of sentences that said essentially about 76 candidates were mistakenly failed from the board exam. Even if you're not a pathologist, here's what you have to know. If you've ever failed an exam, got a bad review, your boss told you you can't be promoted or get a raise, you have to remember those sentences are not facts. Do not internalize them as a failure. Work around them. Find another way to get what you want. Consider they might be entirely wrong because all these systems are run by humans who make mistakes all the time. Now, to get back to this, what's so upsetting about it is there's no apology. There's no transparency. How do they find these 76 people? How do we know it's just 76 people? What about, they're just reporting back from the last couple of years. What about before that, before 2022? What's happened? How do we know this won't happen again? There's also, it's very dismissive. They say a small number of people have been affected. 76 doctors is not a small number of people. Potentially having been a coach and helping people who have failed exams, here's what's happening. People are deciding not to have babies, not to apply to their dream job. They're under tremendous mental distress. Some of them are having to seek mental health professionals to support them. They're not getting the jobs they want. They're not spending the time in their fellowships. In their fellowship, they're spending their time signing up to study for another exam that may not even be relevant to what they're doing at the time. The amount of money that's at stake here for doctors who are not getting paid or getting the jobs they want is millions, maybe billions if you look over the whole course of their lifetime. I hope that they get an apology, but more than that, I hope this gets corrected and they get compensated for the professional opportunity, personal loss that they're experiencing or have experienced or potentially experienced, as well as the effect on their mental health, their families, and their physical health. My guess is it will only happen through the court system. And I hope they get all the support they need to get the compensation they deserve. Let this be a lesson for all of us that we need to be talking about this. We need to be sharing this broadly. We need to be letting the ABP not put this under the rug and everyone hope to look the other way. That putting pressure and having a spotlight on them to correct this, because this is not a small number and this is not a small mistake. Here's what you can do to help rectify this. Share this broadly. Talk to your friends. Write a letter to the American Board of Pathology. Let them know this is not okay. For more, make sure you follow along so we can help. Like, this is not okay. For more, follow along. I will be addressing this. We'll be talking about so much more. I have an upcoming webinar, When to Stay or Leave Your Physician Job. For more, make sure you follow along. For more, follow along, share with your contacts, find the support and resources you need. Look at the links below. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Remember not to internalize these arbitrary sentences issued by organizations that are humanly driven and full of flaws and that need more oversight. We can help move this forward together. There's a lot of power and impact in social pressure. I don't know, what do I want to say? What's my call to action here? For more, so what can you do next? Don't let the ABP sweep this under the rug. Talk about it. Share this broadly. Talk in your communities. Write to the ABP. Make sure your friends are okay. But more than anything, internalize just because a flawed organization says you failed doesn't make you a failure. They could be told, they could be failing themselves. Put the pressure on them to correct this in a very public way and a very appropriate way to those who have suffered and are suffering with this now. This is not enough.